Hello everyone, welcome back. Okay, I'm going to do a tutorial. So this is my 6th tutorial, Crafting with Chris, and this is going to be card candy. And I'm doing a swap with minialbumscraps.com, and one of the swaps is use your stash card candy. So everything that you use has to be out of your stash that you already have. You can't go out and purchase anything for any of these types of swaps. And so what you do is you make 3 sets of 3 card candies, and then you receive 3 in return. You have to use 2 techniques to alter your card candy. The size is about 2 inches. You need to add 1 piece of lace. You need to add a word bead or a Tim Holtz style chit-chat word, or you can make your own. And you need to add at least 2 embellishments and 1 additional item or technique of your choice. So this is what I have chosen to do for my card candy. The first one, I'll make 3 using this piece of designer paper that I cut out with my 2-inch punch. So it's 2 inches around. That'll be the first set of 3. The next set of 3, I have a bunch of these little doilies that I crocheted that I was going to use for another project, and I didn't use them for it. So I'm going to use them here as one of my card candies. And then I have these little metal rings that you put a piece of paper in, you crimp down the edges, and it creates a little frame type thing. So I cut the paper. I used some designer paper that I had, just a scrap of it, and I cut it to fit inside the oval. So it fits flat inside the oval. And then you just take a pair of pliers don't really want that pair. Where'd my other pair go? Alright, this one doesn't have much of a ridge on it. And you just crimp it down all the way around. And this will be my third set of 3. I had a wider pair of pliers here, but I can't seem to find them right now. That would have worked a lot better on this. It would have gone faster. And of course, I keep everything right here on my table in front of me. So there's no reason why I can't see it sitting there. So it comes out like that. Okay, so we will take one of each of these. I'll set the others aside for right now. And it says we need to use one piece of lace. So I grabbed out different laces. Don't really like that on that, and I don't like it on that. That one's a no. Not really. Wrong color. Go good on this one. So let's just snip off a little piece of lace for that one. Oh, I like that on that one. So I'll snip off a piece of that. I think that'll go good on that one. Okay, so I've chosen my piece of lace for each one. Now you have to use a technique. So I'm going to use some ink, and I'm using the Tim Holtz Distress ink. Oops, sorry. Here we go. And this is peeled paint. And I'm going to go around this one and just cover the edges. And on this one, I'm just going to take on one end and just kind of put a little bit of green on just one end of that. Okay. So since I'm using fabric and I have fabric tack sitting out here, I will use the fabric tack to glue down the lace. My bottle is almost empty, so I need for it to run down to the top because it was sitting on my desk and not sitting upside down in the container like I usually keep them. And I think we're just going to put it right across here. With just a little dab of fabric glue, fabric tack. And the same with this one, I just want to put it kind of right across the center. And here I think I'll put this one kind of up at the top here. Okay, so that's like that. And that one so far is like that. And that one so far is like that. Now we have to put a word on it. I'll use happy on one, imagine on another, and sweet on the third. Okay. So then we need to add some flowers, and I pulled out several different packages of flowers. To choose from. I think I might use one of those. Maybe use one of those on there. And let's see. Maybe one of those little ones on there. Okay. So that's, let's go back to our directions. Use two techniques. So I punched here and I used the ink. I used the frame here and I used the ink. This is crocheted, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do as the second on that. They're all about 2 inches. Need to use one piece of lace, so each one of them has one piece of lace. You need to add a word or a bead, so I have the word, and at least 2 embellishments, and 1 additional item. So I have these flat back gems, and I have them in several different colors, some blue, some purple. And then I have these gems here. Right now I'm just setting them on there to see what I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one here. And the first thing I'm going to do is glue this to the back here. And then I need another circle punched in white. Hold on. Okay, I forgot to get another circle punched in white. And I will glue one onto the other to make it a little bit thicker, a little bit stronger. And by tucking the lace behind just the first one, it makes it neater on the back. So then, I think I'll just put a flower there, the happy there. Okay, there we are so far on that one. Need something more. I'll try and figure that out in a minute. So this one, since it's not going to have another back on it, I'm just going to cut this one off at the edge of the frame. Like so. And that's that one so far. Okay, I want to grab a little tiny doily. Yeah, I have this little tiny doily that I had cut apart. I'm going to just place it in the center of that. And place that flower on it. So let's see how we go here. All right, let's pause or glue. So that's that one so far. Now, with what we have down here on it right now, I've already met the requirements for the swap. So anything extra I add is just going to be embellishment, extra embellishment. So I'm thinking, if I can hold this up here, of running this bead around it. It'll be up here. And hoping that that will look good. I'm going to start out behind the flower and the doily here so that the end doesn't show. I'm going to tack it down a little bit on the opposite side so that it continues to go the way I want it to go and where I want it to go. Bringing it on down around and tacking it again behind the doily. There. Now doesn't that add just a little bit more sparkle and bling to it? And then I have this ribbon with little blue flowers on it. And I'm thinking maybe 3 up in there. And that adds a little, nice little interest to that. Wrong color. I gotta get one more thing. This is one of the problems with doing a tutorial, is that you're always jumping up for something else. And you can't really get everything that you want in your first trip. I don't, at least I can't seem to do it. I kind of like this. I'm going to give it a try. And I think we will put 2 of them on there. Okay, so I added the little dangle chain there at the bottom. Really like that one. I think that one's about finished. This one, I think I'm just going to add a tiny bit of pearl bling on this one. Right here above the happy. There's that one. And this one here, this one I think could use a little bit of eyelash trim on it. Let's see what we got here. Where'd I leave my end? Oh dear, there's an end. roll it up, and I think I'll kind of, let's just fold it. Yeah, what do you think? Does that look good? I think it does. So I'm going to just kind of adhere that under there. Like so. Okay, so there's my 3 embellishments, my card candy. Hold on a second. Now I need to make packaging for them so that I can, presentation package for them. And each one will have 1 embellishment in it. Which will probably look something kind of like this, only it'll be the right length, it'll be designer paper and, all decked up and stuff. But that's basically my 3 embellishments. I'll make 2 more sets of those and make the presentation pieces. And then when I'm completely done, I'll come back and show it to you, completely finished. So that's basically how I do my card candy. I just pick something I'm going to start with. I pull out anything that I think might look good on it, fulfill the requirements of the swap, of course, and just go from there, and wherever it takes me, it takes me. And whatever comes out is what I get. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was at least a little bit helpful for somebody. And I will be back to you soon. And have a good day. Be crafty and be good to each other.